And we're back for part 4 of the new doors for the Blazer. So if you guys have been watching the whole series, I left off in part 3 there. I was ready for primer and I ran out, or I didn't even have any. So I just kind of ended the episode there, or that part there, and we're picking it up in part 4. We're working on primer, so stick around and see what these become. Alright, I hit these with a coat of primer, and from a distance they don't look too bad. But when you get up close, this one ain't too bad. It ain't got very many pinholes in it. See, there's a pinhole, there's a pinhole, there's a couple over here. But you can see where I didn't get down some of my rougher sanding when I was doing my hand sanding. You can see some of my sand marks. So this one, which is the pasture one, and which I've said previously, if this is the one I want to turn out the best, it's this one. So this one so far isn't that bad. But this one over here, the driver's side, oh man, it's got some pinholes like crazy. So once this finishes drying, we're going to hit it with some glazing putty and let that dry, and we're going to give it a really good hand sanding. See what it looks like then. Getting a little windy on me out here now. So I got some glazing done on this, got all the pinholes that I could find, filled in some of the other imperfections. Now this door wasn't too bad. I know it looks like a lot, but it really wasn't nearly as bad as this one. This one, especially on the bottom. And I think this is the panel, if I remembered, I told you guys that once you hit the primer with it, it's really going to show all the imperfections. Now I knew I had a bunch down here, but I wasn't worried about it so much because they're the bottom of the door. So unless you get down on the ground and look at them, you ain't going to see them. But we'll wait for this glaze to dry, and we're going to hand sand these with a higher grit this time. And we'll see if we can get these as smooth as we possibly can. Alright, I don't know how well this is going to show up. I'm not going to try to turn my light on, it might make it worse. But I've been sanding on this one for a little bit. It's starting to get dark now. Because I've been working on, while this primer was drying and then I glazed it. So I've been working on some other things to the Blazer here. I got a mess there I got to clean up yet. Pulling more power lines front to rear, and that was a real pain in the butt because I had to pull the seats and pull up carpet and all kinds of stuff like that to get some of that taken care of. But if you guys want to see that, you can watch that in my video I'm making on installing a third alternator. But back to this. So I just did a little bit of sanding on this for shits and giggles. And it's by far the best, not perfect, okay, no, it's nowhere near as perfect, but it's by far the best door panels I've built yet. So I got some of this sanded here. As you can see, this is nice and smooth now. Some of these pinholes are gone. But yeah, I mean, it's turning out way better, and this is all hand sanded now, so I got a lot more to do. I ain't even started on this bottom yet. Lots more to do, but I got quite a bit done tonight actually between the both of these. So I think they're looking pretty good. What do you guys think? Might have a couple other places I'll have to touch up, get in with some putty, but that's not a big deal. So I'm going to wrap this up tonight, and it's supposed to be no rain tomorrow. We'll pick this up tomorrow after work. All right, we're going to be wrapping it up for this evening. They are completely 100% sanded down and as smooth as I can get them. I mean, they're not 100% perfect, but but it's as good as I can get them, and I'm happy with that. So they are ready for another coat of primer, another coat or two, just going to depend, and then a wet sand. I will wet sand them the best that I can, and then they will be ready for paint. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do yet. This part's definitely going to be red. But I want the top to be gray, so I'm going to figure out how I'm going to blend it together. How I'm going to do that just yet. Really, right here is going to be the hardest part, because door handle and switches are going to be right through here, and these will be gray. So I got to figure out how I'm going to blend it right here on this part of the door, but I'll worry about that once I get to painting. But technically, building wise, they are done, and I'm happy with that. Today is the 22nd of May, so I got what, 2 weeks and 2 days until Slamology, until I have to leave for Slamology, because I'm leaving Friday morning. So I'm confident and everything's going to be done now. I mean, I got another day or so on these, and these are done, and it's just popping out the old panels and popping these in, loading the speakers, and I'm playing with all of them, and my doors will shut. So I've been bouncing back and forth working on these today, and the power runs and all that stuff that I've been doing to that. So that is almost done. Here, I know I told you last night, I showed you in another video, I had to do a different setup with fusing. I wanted to put an SMD block in there, but that didn't work out that way, so I created a bracket and whatnot, threw one there. But like I said, that's going to be in my alternator video coming up. I shot video for that. If my alternator ever gets here, hopefully it will. That'll only be a one-day project. So realistically, I got about 2 to 3 days of actual work to get done, and then I got to get this thing cleaned up severely. That thing is so dirty from sitting out here working on all this stuff. So we'll wrap it up tonight. I will pick this back up tomorrow with primer, wet sand, and paint. All right, so got her cleaned up and got my hole straightened up, and shots of primer on it. It ain't looking too bad. This is the driver's door. The bottom is the worst. I mean, guys, don't quote me. By far, this is not 100% perfect. I'm not a pro, but there's still some flaws. I can deal with them. Some of them I can still work out when I wet sand this. So not that big a deal. And they're 100 times better than last year's doors. But there is a primered one. We'll let that dry, and I'll move it, and I'll get the other one ready and get it primered. All right, number 2 was all primed up, and like the other one, there's still some flaws in it, but you know what? I'm happy with it. I'm not a professional. This is only like the second time I've done full panels like this, and I have the minimal tools. You know, just a plain sander, jigsaw, circular saw, and my own hands. So I don't have some of the fancy tools. Maybe one day I will. But overall, I'm happy with it. Had to take a rain delay. It just started raining out of the blue. I had to hurry up and run everything inside. But like I said, you know, there is some flaws, and I'm happy with it. I don't care. I'm going to keep working on them. I'm going to get them done. I'm going to get them painted. And I'm going to get them in the car. And I'm going to be happy with it. I'm much happier with them than last year's pieces of shit. So, this is where we're at so far. Second one is primered and wet sanded. This is the passenger door. It is much, much better than the other door, which I've said in the past several times. If any door, I would rather it be this one that turns out the best, because this is the one that people are going to see the most. So It's about 8 o'clock in the evening now. I don't know if I'm going to push it and continue to do anything else or call it a night tonight. I've got a lot of editing to do. I told a few people that was asking when I was going to have part 3 of this series up, and told them it'd be a couple days ago, and I still haven't even started editing it yet. So I might call it a night. We got threats of storms anyways. Excuse me. And go in early for a change. It's Thursday the 23rd, I think. We're 2 weeks out from the day I leave. So it's just a matter of getting these things painted and put on, getting my alternator in and a couple other things buttoned up, and get the Blazer real clean and shiny, and we're ready to roll. So I think I got this. So I'm going to cut you off tonight, and we'll pick this back up probably with painting. All right, wet sanding done. We're getting the painting. I got 2 coats on this one now, and just 1 coat on this one so far. But it's really starting to pop with the 2nd coat on there. I might do a 3rd, see if it pops it even more, but it ain't looking too bad. But we'll see how this plays out here for me. Okay, got my 2nd coat on this one. That one's almost dry again, but we're going to let it go for a while. But I'm feeling a lot better about them now. They ain't looking too bad at all. Now I know. Shouldn't be doing this outside, but I got no choice. I'm not moving a whole bunch of stuff out of my building here to do painting in there. But and I don't have an air compressor. This is rattle can. But it ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. Let this cure for a while, and then we'll hit it again with the 3rd coat and see how they look then. But I think they're looking all right. What you guys think? All right, guys, we're back after a couple days, and I had some problems. I was ready to put these on yesterday, and when I got them outside, I noticed there were several wrinkles in the paint in several spots. So I had to completely sand these down again, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't good. But actually, it might have been a blessing in disguise, because I believe I got them smoother and everything better than I did before I laid the paint down. So I didn't take a video yesterday when I found it because I was so mad. I should have showed you guys what happened. Like I said, the paint just cracked and wrinkled in spots for some reason. Can't really see it now, but I got it all sanded out. So we're going to hit these again, and we'll see what happens now. All right, I got 2 coats of paint on these. I'm waiting for them to dry up a little bit before I take them out and put them in the sunlight and see what they look like. But so far they ain't looking too bad. I ain't seen no paint wrinkle, which is good. A lot of wind and stuff out there today, so, and the pollen's real bad, so I didn't want to shoot these outside where I could see better. But yeah, yep. I think they are looking better than they did. So we'll let these dry, and I'll take them out in the sunlight and see what they look like. Now, if anyone's wondering, this paint is gloss apple red. That's what the rest of my enclosure and everything else is painted, and it's really one of the closest, besides actually going and getting the actual factory colors, probably the closest color to the actual color of the Blazer. So that's why I went with that. But if you remember, only the bottom half of these are red. Top half door of the door, armrest, all that stuff will be gray. I think that'll look pretty cool. Not too overpowering either which way. But it's what they're looking like. Lots better. So I got these outside now. And of course it's not as sunny as it was. But these don't look bad. We're going to let these set up over the course of the next day. And might buff them up a little bit. See if I can't bring any more shine out of them. I'm sure I can. And go from there. But basically, we're going to call them done at this point. No paint wrinkles, no paint cracks, no nothing like that. So, cool. I got my old doors off. Those hunk of junks. They serve their purpose, but yeah. These will be much better. Much better. So, I got some cleaning up to do. I got these other ones off. And, they are messy. So, we'll get this cleaned up. We'll let this sit for another day. And hopefully we'll have those on tomorrow. Alright, so hey guys, I'm about to show you what the final product looks like. Now, I don't have it on the Blazer yet, and I wanted to shoot this little segment outside, but it's about to dump it down with the storm, and I'm not going to take that chance. But they are basically done. There is a couple little spots that need touched up here and there. A little bit of overspray. Some of the tape lifted up a little bit in a couple places. That's to be expected. It's not a big deal. I can fix that. But I'm about to flip it around here and show you what they look like. And they're not 100% perfect, but they're perfect to me, and that's all that matters. I'm happy with them. Way happier than last year's doors. So let's get right to it. Let me flip this around here. So that is the final project. Now, basically, I got to just touch up these couple little spots and get them on. Get the mids loaded. There is, like I said, there is some flaws. They're not 100% perfect, but I'm happy with them. Very happy with them. Now, I just got the door handle and the whatever you call it, the other red piece there, the red plate. I just got all those sitting there just to see what it looks like overall. But try and get a full picture here. But like I said, I'm happy with them, and that's all that matters. But that's what it looks like. So, very happy. The other one here is sitting there. I ain't got nothing put on it yet. It's got one spot that I got to touch up on it too. But like I said, not a big deal. So, I'm happy. These turned out as good as I wanted them to. Like I said, could have been better, but it is what it is. So, next little segment here will be putting them on the doors. All right, initial test run. They fit, and they don't look damn bad at all, if you ask me. So what you guys think? Like I said, the color's not an exact match to the Blazer, but it's close enough. Little contrast doesn't hurt anything, I wouldn't think. But it fits, and they close wonderfully. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, they don't come about a ½ inch from the seat, which is plenty of room. Plenty of room. And these ones, like I've said before, ain't nearly as heavy as the other ones. But there you have it. There's one. See if I can get the other one on before the night's over. And she's on, and she fits. I already closed the door. Perfect, perfect. Now, I did run into a bit of a problem. I don't know how well my lighting is going to be. I never thought about this before until I got these on, and now I'm looking at them. Yeah, this factory adapter for the factory speaker kind of in the way, but that's not a big deal. I could take care of that with the door panel on. Simply, I just get in here with my Dremel with the cutting wheel, just buzz that off, be done with it. But we're going to wrap this up tonight. We'll take care of that tomorrow, and hopefully get this thing loaded up, and then it's ready. Well, not ready, but those are done. And then we'll start getting it cleaned up, and the only thing I have left is my alternator still. Bit of a hiccup with that as well. So if you're watching my videos, I'm working on a video for that, doing that install, so you will be able to see what my hiccup is in that particular video. But other than that, get these loaded, get my alternator on, get this thing cleaned up. I'm ready for Slam. I got 1 week left. So I'll check back in tomorrow and we'll get these things loaded up. Working on these today. Got the driver's side all buttoned up. Don't look at my mess in there. Still got some stuff to do. But driver's side is done. There's a little flaw, or whatever you want to call it, down in here and right in here. I need to figure out how to touch that up. But other than that, that is the driver's side. And yes, the door closes and does not hit the seat. I don't know how, can't see, but does not hit the seat. And my doors are locked. So, get the other side done. Then I just need to finish putting my old on and get this thing cleaned up. And we're ready for Slam. I'll check back with you here once I get the other side put together. And door number 2 is done. Oh, I feel relieved. And they don't look too bad. Like I've said about 1 billion times already, they're not perfect, but they are what they are. They look a lot better than they did before, and they will serve their purpose, because they're going to get beat up anyways. Them doors are going to move and flex, and they'll probably end up cracking and everything else. So it is what it is. They are done. You guys look them over here. Drop a comment. Tell me what you think of it overall. Tell me what you think of all the whole series from start to finish on this. But they work. I close the door here. Ooh, did you hear that? How easy that closed? Walk around here to the other side. And that's what they look like with the door shut. So, like I said, I'm pleased. There's still a couple flaws, but it is what it is, and I'm not going to sweat it. I've learned from doing this. I've learned from my mistakes. And I will only get better the next time I do something. So that's going to wrap it up for part 4 and for the entire door series. I thank you guys for watching and subscribing. I hope you guys learned something. I certainly learned something from this. This is definitely a time-consuming and sometimes painstaking process. But I'm happy with the outcome of the doors. They sound great. I wish I would have got this uploaded a little bit sooner, but things happen. So that's it. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell notification for anytime I upload a new video. And as always, follow me on other social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I upload on there quite frequently certain things. So once again, guys, I certainly appreciate you watching, and I hope you learned something as well as I did. So until next time, guys, bass on.